My dear friends in Minneapolis and in Mindekirken, happy LEIF ERIKSSON Day. I'm Hanne Krogh, and I think it's such a long time since I was visiting Minneapolis. I treasure my memories very much, ever since the first time Orlin and Marit Kringstad invited me to come. I especially have a very good memory about Marit and me walking around in some distant mall in our bunads. We felt very nice because we came straight from the 17th of May parade. I've been thinking, what should I do just to honor this day? So I found a poem here that I think I got in Minneapolis at that time. It's written by Rosanna Gutterud Jonsrud, and it's called Two Flags. And in my heart there are also two flags, because my parents, they met in America. My sister was born there, and all the happiest memories my mom told me in my childhood was about America. So as I said, I also feel half American, as so many Norwegians do. You are our very closest relatives. But here's the poem. Two flags will I vow to be forever true. Two flags with the colors of red, white and blue. They glow with the glory of heavenly gloss. In one shine the stars, in the other the cross. The first is the flag of America's land, the second the flag of my forefathers' strand. And fairer than Juno and brighter than Mars shine the flag with the cross and the flag with the stars. My flag waves aloft o'er America's hills and steeples the mountain and touches the rills. And by midnight sun, lighted o'er fir trees and moss, waves the flag of my fathers, the flag with the cross. I do believe Providence felt it her due to give them each color of red, white and blue. I think heaven itself gently let down her bars and gave one flag the cross and the other the stars. Sometimes it feels as they furl and unfold, the stars turn to silver, the cross turns to gold, and I feel I'm closer to heaven because there's a flag with the stars and a flag with the cross. And I do hope I will see you again very, very soon. I cross my fingers for maybe next year, but until then, have a very nice celebration.
Welcome to this program which is a part of LEIF ERIKSSON International Festival this year, where we will talk about Pitesámi questions and history, and also a little about a very interesting theater play that is made by a young artist here called Matthias. But first of all, let's look to Stig Morten. Hi.
Hi.
What's your? You have dressed in a little interesting way today. Can you explain what you are wearing?
Ja, jeg tror jeg tar det på norsk.
Okay, yeah.
Dette er en tradisjonell pitesamisk kofte som er typisk for det pitesamiske området i Norge.
Can you tell a little about the colors and these features you have there?
Tradisjonelt så har det samiske samfunnet veldig sterke farger. Vi er glad i farger, på lik linje med andre urfolk. Fargene i den samiske kolten eller kofta symboliserer jorda, himmelen og fjellene. And the sun.
And the sun, yes. Of course. Important parts of a tribe's life, right? Mm. Good. But again, who made this costume for you, this kofte for you?
Det en venninne av meg, eller en venn av meg, som heter Margaret Randberg.
Stig Morten, you have a certain position in the Pitesámi community, right?
Ja. Jeg ansatt av det norske Sametinget for å ivareta pitesamene sine rettigheter når det gjelder språk, identitet og samfunnsliv.
How long time have you been in that position?
5 years.
5 years, good.
Yes.
And you have to tell us, because I know there is an American public who will listen to this. How many Sami tribes are there in Norway?
I Sápmi, som vi kaller det samiske området i Norden.
Ja.
I Norge så det 6 samiske områder.
And which one are there?
Du har skoltesamisk, nordsamisk, lulesamisk, pitesamisk, sørsamisk og umesamisk.
You said they have different areas, so the Samis in the north are called North Sami people, and those in the utmost south it's called South Sami or Sörsame. So that makes it kind of self-evident that they are called that. But in between you have all these other 4, and Pitesámi is in a way in the middle. But Pitesámi group has not always been very recognized, have they?
No. Den pitesamiske befolkningen har slet med å synliggjort seg i Sápmi. Vi har blitt en bitte liten gruppe blant samer.
In which way have you felt that?
Den norske Sametinget vi har ikke vært godt nok synlige overfor det norske Sametinget. Dermed så har også den pitesamiske befolkningen slitt med å få ansett folk til å jobbe for vår kultur.
Language is a very important part of a people's cultural identity. What about that? When did you have your own language written?
Yeah. Det bare en liten stund siden pitesamiske språket ble offentlig normert. 2019, 20. august.
Wow. This recording is made August 19, 2021. So tomorrow it's 2 years.
Yes.
2 years since you had your own recognized, acknowledged language. That is very late, right?
Ja. Det det siste språket på norsk side av Sápmi som ble godkjent. Vi håper å få godkjent vårt språk. Det heter for øvrig Pitesámi Fairytale. Det vårt språk. At vi skal få også rettigheter som vi ikke har i dag. Og det den kampen vi har for å få godkjent våre rettigheter i det norske og i det samiske samfunnet.
But how many Pitesámi you think there are left?
Så tallet økende. Mange finner tilbake sine historiske røtter, de finner tilbake sin slekt, og stadig flere tør å si at de pitesamer.
What is implicit in what you say now is that actually it has been kind of bashful or shameful to be a Sami?
Yeah. Mange som føler veldig sterkt på det. Yeah.
So very many feel that shame. Why is that? Is that they were not recognized as equal to the other Norwegian population?
Ja. Den samiske historien full av skamfølelse. Bare å sitte framfor et kamera nå var kanskje ikke naturlig bare for 15-10 år siden.
Okay, back to history.
Mm.
What is the history of the Pitesámi population?
Ja. Jeg er også utdannet historiker, så det var noe rette person å spørre. Nå befinner vi oss midt i Norge, i Nordland. Der har vi klare indikasjoner på at den historien er som sagt minst 10 000 år gammel. Vi har også klare indikasjoner på at det var 2 identiteter for 3-4-5 000 år siden i dette området. Den samiske historien er preget av en nomadisk livsform. Vi levde i fjellene, vi levde i skogen, og vi livberget oss frem til midten av 1800-tallet med reindrift.
Did they have any communication with the farmers, the Norwegian farmers?
Ja, de har kommunikasjon med lokalbefolkningen. Det har den samiske befolkningen bestandig hatt.
I've heard that Pitesámi, the Pitesámi tribe, had a many ways better contact and communication with the Norwegians and the farmers than many other tribes. Is that correct?
Ja, det er korrekt.
Yeah.
Fordi at den pitesamiske befolkningen har gjerne mindre flokker, reinflokker, og var avhengig av melkeprodukter, i motsetning til andre livsformer.
Yeah, good. We have to come into a very dark chapter of the history, and that's what we call in Norway fornorskningspolitikken. We have, which means that the way of making the Sami population more Norwegian in a way, and they had a very, very strong policy about that. When did that start? Do you know that?
Ja, rundt 1720, både i Norge og Sverige, så kom det lovverk, hvordan, gjerne gjennom den norske og den svenske kirka, hvordan man skulle forholde seg om skolegang, og når man skulle konfirmere seg.
And what did that lead to?
Da medført at den samiske befolkningen, og gjerne unger, for det første, så måtte de lære seg norsk eller svensk, og så førte det også til at mye av den samiske befolkningen når det gjelder unger, så måtte de bo på internat. Det førte også til at det var regler som gjorde at den samiske befolkningen ikke kunne bosette seg som farmere eller som gårdsbruk. Det er også noen konsekvenser av fornorsknings- og forsvenskningspolitikk. Også spesielt rundt 1900-tallet så var det en stor industrialisering både i Norge og Sverige, som igjen gjorde at den samiske befolkningen måtte flytte og miste beitemark.
We have to come back also to culture, because I know that you are for the time being working on the first Pitesámi festival. Tell us a little about that.
Ja, vi holder på å jobbe med en festival der vi kaller for Festival.
Okay.
Det er en samisk festival som vi skal ha ønsker å etablere i pitesamisk område.
What kind of impact do you think a festival will have for the identity and for the, I mean, also for the society here to get to know the Pitesámi?
Jeg tror det har utrolig stor betydning. Den pitesamiske befolkningen, Vi trenger å bli synlig.
And that leads me to our next guest here, which is you, Matthias Bjorn Pedersen, right?
Yeah.
And culture, that's your field, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And what kind of field are you working on?
I'm an actor and a theater maker here in Bodø.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm educated from French, a Norwegian school based on a French pedagogy by Jacques Lecoq, and then I moved here to Bodø to base my work from here.
Because you are from here, right?
I am from here, yeah.
Very good. You have been working, I know, on a special project this last year. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, I came in touch with the Stig Morten through. I'm also engaged into an environment, miljøvern.
Yeah. Protection of the environment. Yes.
Protection of the environment. Yeah. I come from a sheep farm, and there is a case around this farm. It's where cabin industry wants to build cabins where there are grass and fields for the sheep and for the reindeer. And through that I came in touch with Stig Morten, and we talked an evening, and that talk led to more talks. and we I was extremely interested into this Pitesámi history, and I decided to try to make theater about this. And I took contact with my colleagues here in Bodø, and we decided, okay, we make theater about this.
You do, and now you have had this play, I know.
Yeah.
In a large music festival called Nordland Musikkfestuke.
Yeah.
Nordland Music Festival. That was recently, now in August, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's like 10 days ago.
Yeah. How many performances did you have?
We had 5 performances.
Wow.
For children. So it is a children's play called Gáhtot.
Yeah. What does that mean? Gáhtot. What does that mean?
It means led astray. Yeah.
Lost in a way?
Lost in a way, yeah. So the undertitle is Lost Reindeer.
I see. And how was the interest? Was it a lot of people who came and watched?
Yeah, it was actually.
Right.
And I think the feedback was good from the audience, and we're very proud about this play. Yeah,
very good.
We are. Yeah.
Tell us a little about what is the content. What is going on in this play?
It's based on all the talks with Stig Morten, and Stig Morten touched a bit into this history of Sami families having to move, and into this it led to that reindeer herds, flock.
Yeah, flock or herd.
Flocks, was combined, and dessverre, unfortunately, Pitesámi families lost their reindeer.
Yeah.
Into this.
Did they get any kind of reimbursement? Did they have some payback for that?
That Stig Morten can talk more about, but our play does not touch about that.
Okay.
But it's a kind of we try to make this story into something more poetic and make this something to tell to children. And we also combine it with stories that Stig Morten have told us about stone figure that's called the Pitesámi goddess. That's up in the mountains.
So that exists actually somewhere?
It does exist.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a very beautiful picture, kind of a woman, with a huge skirt of stone, and she's up in the mountains. And we combine this story with the story of reindeer flocks that's blanda,
mixed,
yeah, And we made our own story around this, and made it a story about two siblings that lost the reindeer of their family, and tries to get this back. They get help from animals in the wood, and at last
it's really kind of a fairy tale.
It is a fairy tale. Yeah, we made a fairy tale about this.
Good.
Yeah,
very interesting. How did the kids react on this play?
They were very engaged. They came up to stage and wanted to join, and they
they wanted to help,
screamed and shouted, and they loved it.
Very good. So that's fine. So I suppose this will not be the last time you interfere or you work with this Pitesámi stories or culture, or what do you think?
Oh, we want to keep pushing this play onwards. Yeah. We want to keep playing it and grab every chance of playing it.
I mentioned before we started this recording that you might consider translated it to English and come to us next year, maybe.
Very much. That would be very interesting. Yeah.
That would be a treat for us in LEIF ERIKSSON International Festival if you could come and show this for kids over there.
It would be an honor. Yeah.
Very good. But you also have kind of initiated, or at least one of those who have initiated a new group of theater, or a new theater platform here in Bodø or in Salten.
Yeah, we have started a theater collective that we want to enhance and strengthen the theater
tradition here, or culture.
Yeah, the milieu.
Yeah, you're right. The milieu. You can say the milieu.
Yeah.
For this part of theater. Yeah.
Because here in Bodø there are not very strong. There are some few people that works with theater and they work very well, but we are kind of a little bit invisible and not. So we want to enhance it and make us, the theater makers here in Bodø, this little city, visible for working onwards to the Bodø culture, capital culture.
Yeah.
2024.
Because that's something. Tell a little about that. What is that?
Oh, I cannot represent the whole project, but
you know what it is.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Bodø will be the capital of culture, European capital of culture in 2024. Yeah. So it's a great happening for this city, and it is a great chance to show our voice, the stories,
right? Our
tradition,
right?
The Sami tradition.
And as far as I've heard, that the European Union, they have made some very strict rules when they give a city that honor, and one of the rules is that if there are tribes or groups that from the original population, their culture should be emphasized particularly in that year, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So you have a very good chance of showing more of the Pitesámi culture.
Yeah, we hope. Yes. And we celebrate. We want to celebrate.
But I heard that you used music also as part of the play. What kind of music did you use?
We have been in contact with a group that's called Bodø Rhythm Group.
Can you tell us a little about yoik? What is what kind of purpose has yoik in this performance, in this play?
Well, yoik is, I think it's inevitable,
right?
When it comes to telling about Sami traditions,
right?
And it's important to have it with. I think, and I think Stig Morten agrees with me.
Yeah. And you said that Stig Morten's niece was the one who yoiked you.
Yeah, she joined us, and she's a great singer and great yoiker and a great player.
And how old is she?
She's 11 years old. Yeah.
Isn't that very early for one who is doing yoik?
No.
Okay. So they learn it very early when they are in the Sami population?
I need to talk to Stig Morten about that. Yeah.
Okay, good. But
I think maybe Stig Morten should talk about yoik.
Yeah, I do that.
I think that's
very good. We change here to you. Stig Morten, what is joik actually?
Joik er samene sin hva du skal kalle det, sang, uttrykk, følelser. En joik kan være sånn som her. Det her er en joik om mitt språk.
And you say you have a joik now, right?
I know, bidum sa Mikella, Vi bruker strupen
Okay, you use
på
the
forskjellige måter.
right. So you use your muscles here in your forehead, and what did you joke about right now?
Det var et lite eksempel. Det var en sang om å ta tilbake et språk. Jeg er ikke noe stor joiker.
But I heard one of your friends here, who is also from the Swedish side, Lennart. He says that he told me once that when he grew up, his forefathers and his ancestors, his uncles and dad and all others, they were sitting doing all kind of work that you need to do. Some men did some fishing nets, others did some carving, and maybe his mother, others baked some bread, and they were all joiking when they were doing all their work in different ways.
Yep.
So is that also kind of the tradition that they all joiked while performing their work?
Ja. Når du joiker, når du er i fjellet med rein, så prater du også med naturen. Og vår måte å prate med naturen på, det er joiken. Vi samer, vi har dyrene, vi har fjellen, og vi er ett.
But that must have a great impact today when more and more of the nature is kind of civilized in a way, or made into flats, made into industrial areas and so on. What kind of impact does that have for the Sami population?
Da den samiske befolkningen har opplevd tidligere, og da opplever vi i dag at områder forsvinner. Vi opplever også at miljøet blir varmere, og det er også problematisk for rein, for han blir angrepet av sykdommer, insekter. Vi opplever også at det er økt landbrukssatsning gjør at industrialisering av landbruket gjør at det blir mindre byttedyr til rovdyrene i fjellet. Da tar de også reinsdyrkalver.
And
det positive er at vi ser en stadig økende etterspørsel etter våre produkter, etter reinsdyrkjøtt.
Which is a very healthy meat, right?
Yes. Og det er årsaken til det er at vi produserer grønt kjøtt.
So that's very more connected to the nature and to the values that is much more sustainable, right?
Så reindriftsnæringen i dag, på ene siden så har vi problemer med arealbruk, på den andre siden så har vi stor etterspørsel etter økologisk kjøtt og melk og så videre.
If you can look, we are going to sum up here in this program. If you're going to look into the future, what do you fear and what do you hope for the Sami population? Big question, I know.
Når det gjelder reinbeitenæringen, så ønsker jeg at de landområdene der vi produserer kjøtt, at de blir bevart. På den andre siden, hvis jeg ser rent på det pitesamiske området, så håper jeg at det pitesamiske folket, det pitesamiske språket og den pitesamiske kulturen blir enda mer synliggjort enn i dag.
And I think we have found some of the ways to do that by making theater. That's Matthias did
Yeah.
together with you by making a festival and having the language and knowledge and so on. So you are in good way.
Yeah.
I mean that you are on the way. And Matthias,
Yeah.
if you are going to say something about your role in this, what would you say then?
Yeah, I want to tell something about my motivation for making this, because I experience that the Sami tradition, it holds a truth about how to live with nature, and that's extremely important for me. And that's a huge motivation for telling stories, is to tell about how to keep our environment. And I experience that the way of thinking, we are in one with nature. We are not
hostile to nature.
We are not using this land. We are this land.
Right.
That's so important for me to tell about.
Good.
And that's why, one of the reasons why I want to tell about the Sami tradition of my land.
Right. So what you are actually saying, if I'm going to guess, is that it might not be the last time you tell stories from the Pitesámi or from the Sami tradition in your place, in your theater place.
It might not, yes, it might not. Yeah.
Very good. So this was this conversation, and I hope that you have found some interest in it. I've found it very interesting. And thank you so much for all the things you have brought to light here, you and Stig Morten and also Matthias. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed watching this with us. Goodbye.
Vi skal finne sølvet. Det er fordi jeg liker å være stor. Ja, sølvet. Skal finne sølvet, faktisk. Så rart. Her er vi. Omside. Oi. Og det er her vi skal begynne våre første undersøkelser. Sølvårene i landet her i Dalberg er uoverskredelig fulle av rikdom. Vi skal bli rike, Artvigsen. Rike!
Og her er elva Une. De renner begge i Sverige, ut og vekk fra Norge. Men her, midt imellom, lang og tynn, er elva Pite. Her langs denne elva kommer forfedrene våre fra. Her fisker de laks, jakter i skogen og plukker blåbær, multe, tyttebær og alt det andre de fant de dagene sola sto på himmelen. Og så sparte de resten til den mørke vinteren. Om høsten gikk de nedover elva mot Pite også. Om våren gikk vi oppover elva mot Bodø. De var både svensk, norsk og fra elva Pite. Øverst i fjellet hvor den pitesamske gudinna Akka. Jeg har en tung kjole av stein, og jeg er dronning over dyra, elva og fjellet. Jeg har verdens største reinflokk, og fjellet mitt er et glitterslott fullt av sølvganger og sølvhaler. Dette Sami gjennom. Her bor vi, Bidrumsane.
Hartvigsen! Ja! Da det bare å sette I gang. Skryt etter verket. Skryt etter verket? Der stemmer det. Sånn, ja. Her. Omtrent her, ifølge mine beregninger, skal vi sette I gang. Så, da skal du få den her, Hartvigsen. Skal jeg få det? Ja. Skal vi se. Så. Hoi! Hva gjorde den du, Hartvigsen? Jeg vet ikke. En gang til. Oi! Det var litt merkelig. Ja, det skal nok gå bra, bare jeg gjør det en gang til. Jo! Oi! Oi, alle dager! Dette liker jeg ikke! Ikke heller skal jeg være her. Hjelp!
Boris! Hei alle sammen! Skal dere hjelpe oss I dag å finne regnflokken? Så bra. Jeg heter Maria, og det her Vi skal egentlig være to her nå. Jeg og broren min. Han Johan, har dere sett han eller? Han der? Her I mørket? Nei, nå skjønner jeg ingenting. Nei, nå var jeg der! Ok.
Boris!
Nei! Nei! Det gjorde jeg ikke! Nei! Slutt! Hvor har du vært?
Jeg har vært over elva og fisket. Og så fikk jeg ikke noe fisk. Men så følte jeg etter en frosk som jeg fant. Og så følte jeg etter den frosken inn I skogen. Så. Og der, plutselig, så var jeg på en lysning. Der var det masse sommerfugler som jeg aldri har sett før. Og blomster og... Hvem disse her, Maria?
Nei, det her folk som har sagt ja til å hjelpe oss å finne regnflokken.
Hæ?
Ja.
Er det sant?
Ja.
Wow!
Nei, jeg heter Astray.
Jeg heter Johan. Hei. Lykkelig, kjempehyggelig. Hei, Johan. Ja, hei. Maria,
Ja.
har du fortalt I hvorfor regnflokken på